Look up in front of us. I mean, I'm not saying she's got a nest built yet, but she's got some eggs laid, or she's working on it. This morning was the first morning we seen some gators here in the basin. We had about 4 or 5 gators in here, which is nice. But this one, she's been over here about 2 weeks, I'll tell you. Oh, she's nice now. You see how she hissed there a second? Really hard. She does. Hold on to it.
Yeah, we won't lose it.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey,
sit back here on me, man.
You want to sit in the back ones?
Oh, great. Can I?
I don't know.
Let's look at this tree right here. This tree right here to the left of us, it shows you how these mangroves grow. That's why we call them the walking tree. That's a perfect example. They grow a limb, drop a root out, prop themselves up.
Wow, look at that.
And that shows you how much area they cover. We don't like them this far inland because they're taking over the grasslands. But in the middle of it, you see all the bromeliads, the air plants, full of them. One good thing about an air plant, anywhere you're at, if you're in the woods and don't have no water, find an air plant, push down on the petals, every petal's got fresh water in it. Now I just seen a big old snook run off right here. You see that wake there a second ago? Just run off, see this mud? Oh, it's kind of hard to see now. Big old snook just run off. Last week, or about a week and a half ago now, we had about a 3-foot bull shark swimming around back here. You know, a bull shark comes up these rivers this time of the year. And we see them quite often. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you're back here in the middle, in the glades, and see a bull shark swimming around.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, you see the fluctuation of the water. We get, you know, we get manatees pushed back here, and the whole works.
Wow. What's a snook?
A snook, that's our fish of the south.
Big old fish.
Really?
Snook is, I mean, they're average 6 to 12 pounds, but they get 40 pounds.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you about a snook. You can get a divorce over snook fishing. Vice versa. If a woman likes to fish, she catches a snook, see you later.
See, she's gone.
She's gone.
They fight like nobody.
Exactly. They're, you know, a bass is a freshwater jumping fish. It's a real cool catch, you know. But a snook, they jump out of the waters, and they just keep jumping. And the first thing they do, when you hook one, they're going to run right straight to these mangroves and try to cut you off.
That's awesome.
And it's a white meat. Snook season's just closed, but they're, you know, we just got our snook season back. You know, 4 years ago. Remember when it was real cold? Millions and millions and millions of snook died. Almost 800 manatees died. Wow. A lot of vegetation died. You know, trees and everything died. It just got so cold. And you guys know about the Burmese pythons. That's another big deal in our ecosystem right now. It killed about 50% of them, which it didn't kill enough.
Wow.
But where's everybody from?
Illinois.
Illinois?
Yeah.
Delaware?
Delaware? Cool.
From Poland?
Poland?
Awesome.
Wow.
You take the cake.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You win.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys up north. I know you guys had a pretty serious winter this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys in a nice way. Y'all just crazy.
We think the same thing.
Because down here, I ain't going to fib with you at all. I got one pair of long pants, and I wore them 3 times all winter. We had the worst winter I've ever could imagine.
Wore them 3
times. Wore them 3 times. And I actually wore them more than 3 times. I wore them during, we done a reality show, and I wore them during that show. I had to wash them 3 days in a row.
Wow. That hurt. What reality show?
It's called The Wake Up Call. It's going to be with The Rock Johnson. You know Wayne. We call him DJ now. But he was here.
He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
We was here a week and a half. He was here a week and a half. And what it is, we got new owners, and the show is we're the 7th episode, and he comes in and says, "Look, guys," you know, tells the owner. He's 33 years old. Bought this place. He says, you need these 3 guys right here to run your business. They need you to succeed. You better take care of them, straighten up, listen to them. And we played some jokes, and, you know, it's what's bad about it was, you know, you don't got no scripts to read. You just go out there and say what you're going to say. I'm stuttering, I'm talking, I'm doing this, I'm telling them all kind of crazy stuff. I'm going, I hope they don't put that on TV. You know, they ask you about the guy you're working with, you know, by yourself in a room. I'm going to get beat up. Because one of the guys is bigger than me that I work with, I'm getting beat up.
Nice knowing you.
But anyway, all right, let's get out here and do some riding. You guys up front. We're going to be in 1 to 6 inches of water.
Oh.
If you get thrown out, stand up. It's salty.
See how shallow that is?
Oh man, I tell you,
Insane. That's your hair.
It doesn't need half a quarter of that.
when it's real shallow, and you got 20 people on this boat, when it's real shallow, then you could slide sideways from here to the tree. Now this ain't my boat. My boat's in the back, but I got a little different hull design. I only haul 18 on my boat. Mine's a show boat of the boats. So you know the cage is red. It's got American flag, you know, eagle and all
Of
on,
course, yeah.
on the rudders, and the boat's red and white and blue. And it's really a cool boat. We got it in the back. It's coming out tomorrow. We clean all our boats at the end of the season. But my boat slides. I mean, I go around these corners now. You got to watch it. Every trip's different. If it drops 1 inch, it raises. You're gone.
You're gone. How did you know that alligator was a female?
We know her. She's got. What we do, we know because when they build their nest, we always recognize a gator. That gator right here we call vampire because she's got 2 knots on the top of her snout. Just 2 different. Every gator's different, but we know every gator by their scars.
I see.
You know, some gators missing a notch out of their tail. Some gators, you know, are missing a tooth way up here. They're just messed up.
It's got names.
They
for 'em,
fight
yeah.
all the time.
We do our deer like that.
Yeah, I'll show you how I do deer. Back that baby, you wrap it up, put it in the freezer. Same way we do them alligator. I actually was put in a hospital a week and a half ago. We moved 8 of our female gators to a breeding pond across the street on the buggy side. I got 1 little nick on my finger.
Wow.
They got such a back. I've never had it happen. I got cellulitis. Oh, my elbow looked like looked like grapefruit.
Wow.
I was in there for 4 days.
Wow.
And all over a nick on my finger. Wow. The other guy, he broke his thumb. I mean, these gators been in this pen, and they're 6.5 foot, but they're this wide, and they're all muscle.
Wow.
And one of the gators, I don't know how it got behind us. We didn't know it, but as we hauled a couple gators over to the breeding pond, one of the gators got out of the pen. We caught them and taped them all up first. Well, next thing I know, we got a big crowd watching us. And all of a sudden, this gator comes from behind the pen. You know, we're in a concrete pen. Well, it comes from behind the pen, gets behind me somehow, and all I see is people doing this. They're jumping up on the fences. And this gator's coming through the farm. So we run down there and caught it. It slapped me on the leg and knocked hair off my leg. The snout come around and hit him right here, and he had a goose egg right here that big. Ended up breaking his thumb.
Oh, broke his thumb.
Yeah. And they're just tough. Yeah, you know, you watch that stuff on TV when they catch them. That's serious. You know, that's like right now. We got this big problem with the Burmese pythons, you know, out here. Not so much out here in the water park, but they're eating everything up. You know, they're eating all the small game. They're talking 5 to 7 years. If we can't get them under control, there'll be no small game left in South Florida. Wow. And what they do, you see these sable palms? That's going to be, you know, in another month and a half, we're going to have, you know, 1.5 foot of water left here, higher. And everything goes to that dry ground. That's going to be dry ground. You got rats all the way to deer. And you get 2 or 3 of these big old 16, 17-foot snakes weigh 150 pounds up in areas like that. They're there for one reason. That's to eat. Now, they had a hunt a year and a half ago, a year in February, only 68 was killed. Wow. Out of 800 hunters. Wow. But they held it in February. The water's real low. They're not a water snake, so they take off. Every one of them snakes was killed on the road. But the Park Service is so afraid to let us run our airboats in the national park. Because, you know, you knock a piece of grass over. Well, they get upset over it. Well, you knock a piece of grass over, a bird, a frog, something has a chance to get on it. Yeah. But every mangrove you're looking at right now, and since we left that first trail, when I was a kid, was a grass flat. These right here, that's only a 3-year-old tree right here beside us. Wow. And look at all the little ones now. From that high water last year, look where the seeds got. They got up in the grass, and now all these grasslands come back in 5 years. You won't see no grass.
No grass.
Huh. And this is where your birds, alligators, frogs, snakes, everything. You know, your birds migrate from the north in the winter to feed in these grasslands. That's what gets us beat up, you know, about the national park. You know, buggies. They don't let us run our buggies out here because they're afraid we're going to put a buggy rut and a deer's going to come across there and break his leg. Deer climb mountains and swim oceans, and buggies has been around since, you know, horse and buggy, you know, horse. But We get in a fight with them all the time. I tell you, we get a lot of tickets.
Masz bilet?
And the first thing Kart Rangers comes up, my kids are with me. My dad's just trying to raise me like he was raised. And know what they do? They say, sign that ticket. Sign that ticket. We're going to see you later. See you next week. As long as they don't confiscate nothing, I'll take a ticket. I might get away with it 5 times, but I'll pay for it one.
Just revenue.
That's all it is. And that's all it
They don't
is.
ever take nothing.
You know, and it's a mess. They know, when they hear daffing, they come running.
Yeah, back home they'll say they'll take your truck and everything.
Yeah, they're not here. Now, if you get caught killing deer down here or something, you know, out in the park, they'll mess with you pretty much. Take what you got. But
Do you have to trim back these trees?
we just keep running them. You know, actually, you can get 60 days in jail, up to $7,000 fine for cutting one down. Yeah, they're very protected.
No kidding.
Yeah,
And won't it just take over everything?
they are. You see what it's doing.
Yeah, you can see.
See these trees right here beside him right here? That tree right there, actually there's 2 right there. Those trees ain't over 3 years old.
Wow.
To show you how much, they grow between 12 to 15 feet around in 10 years. So every one of these little ones you see in front of us,
Yeah, look at all.
that's going to be a cluster.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. Every tree you're looking at right now, when I was a kid, well, it ain't been very 25 years ago. This was
20 lat temu była woda, tak jak widać na ślad na tych korzeniach.
No kidding.
and it used to be all fresh water.
So that's what's taking
Okeechobee
over.
used to send
Those
fresh water
trees.
to us, and it used to be a flowing river. Now, 25 years, they want to, Army Corps engineer says, well, let's make the Everglades like it was 100 years ago. Well, it ain't working. They send all the water out the Caloosahatchee River. You know, then you have to listen to that because the water comes out, it's tannic. You know, and it just messes your shorelines up because it looks bad. It looks, it's tannic up. Not no pretty clear water like everybody wants.
Right.
Send it to us. We'll take it. You know, and that's like if the gators can't adapt, and they do adapt to salt water. I mean, they're saltwater gators, but if they can't adapt, and if they don't come back, they're going to stay north, and they're going to go north, and they're going to go north. So,
The better water.
yeah, they prefer fresh because they're eyes. You know, they got a membrane that goes one goes down a lid and one goes across like this, and it's crystal, it's clear, and it turns as white as your shirt, and it's salt water. All right, let's get out here and do some riding. You guys ever eat gator?
No, we plan to.
Oh, you got to eat some gator. You guys eat frog legs?
Yeah, we have, yeah.
I sell a lot of frog legs
Do you?
to the local restaurants and Naples. I got a couple boats that frog for me, and I frog. But it's been tough frogging around lately,
Oh, no kidding.
especially
I haven't
local
seen it.
because of the salt water.
Yeah.
But
What's it do to the frogs? Where do they go?
they go north.
Just go
You
where?
can't even find a frog out here now.
Można
You can't find a
żaby
frog.
dziś
Even when it
można
starts
zjeść w ich
raining and it
restauracji.
gets all fresh, frog, you don't find a frog.
Wow.
I gigged them all when I was young.
Pytał się, czy ktoś już jadł, to
No,
wszyscy już
but
jedli.
they just went north.
Tylko nie my.
We was getting 45, 50 pounds of legs across the canal, just across the road. Whatever. But when the salt water come in 3 months ago, and it come in the canals, all the moss and the grass in the canals kill that. So now we ain't got no grass or moss over there for the frogs to get on.
We love frog legs.
Yeah, frog legs and gator's good too. You know, you gotta have a Bud Light.
We'll try it out.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
I'm a midget, I'm 22.
Hey, where's Illinois y'all from?
Yeah.
All right.
A couple hours south of Chicago.
You know, I used to live in Peoria.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't very far
I was
from
there for
Peoria.
2 weeks. I was 2 weeks old. My dad moved up there. My mom moved there because my aunt lives there.
Yeah.
It got cold. He said, we're going back. We're going back to Florida. called drifting. But this is what these boats was originally made to do right here, is get out here and run across your grass flats. Very shallow water running. You know, when the water gets up another 6 inches, we'll go across that grass. Wow. Oh, then it's fun too, because you can't do much sliding, because you see how the deeper the water is, you see how the boat will wrap. But you start going across this wide open water, and you got people on the boat, and you get going across the grass, and get going, they're going. Then you get laughing again. But first airboat was built when? Take a guess.
1892.
You're pretty close.
Oh, hey.
Good guess.
1906.
Oh, that's close.
And you believe it or not, you know, you would think airboat would be a marsh thing. South Florida, gator hunting, frog hunting. It was built in Nova Scotia by Alexander Graham Bell. On top of that. I was at my mom's house about 9 months ago. See how deep the water is? 2 inches. Everybody's here is okay. Everybody doing good?
Oh, yeah.
Guys up front, anybody get wet? Enough?
Nothing.
Okay, just wait.
They said